This is Ital Iman. The year is 2025. This is a message to the black people who appear to not have a culture, and they're following the Caucasian culture. They're listening to Caucasian information on trending subjects, and they're regurgitating it. And the next Negro will regurgitate it, spit it out into somebody else's mouth. Then they'll regurgitate it, spit it out into somebody else's mouth. And just a ball of confusion. But we're going to start here with codes. That's our culture. We're the pyramid builders. We are descendants of the great pyramid builders. And we need correct information in this hour of 3-Eye Atlas, because there's something very profound happening. All right. The rule of the atom ends every 6,000 years. Then there's a pole shift. We're in that time now. So in the year 2001, something happened and you missed it. All right. 9/11, 2001. Everybody says the inside job. They're quick to say that because they don't want it to be God, but everybody has the wrong concept of God. God is a collective Anunnaki. That's who Allah is, the collective Anunnaki. So I'm going to give you a few codes here. 9/11, 2001 equals 14. So we have a dividing system. It's called Kabbalah. And it consists of scriptures, coded number letter system. And it also deals with the Quran, the Torah, cowrie shells, different dividing systems. So if we add the numbers in 9/11, 2001, Kabbalistically, we get the number 14. And chapter or surah 14 in Quran is Abraham. Now we know that Abraham is a prophet. So this chapter 14 has 7 sections, 52 verses. So if we cipher that, 1 plus 4 plus 7 plus 5 plus 2, we get the number 19. So this number 19 is code of Quran. So chapter 19 is Mary. So that have 98 verses, 33. It has 6 sections and 98 verses. That's 33. And that represents the allies. And the allies is what we call the Illuminati, the 33-degree Masons, the association. So what we're saying here in essence is that there's a code in the Quran to let us know who the prophets are. And the prophets are the Anunnaki. They are actually the ones who wrote the script, thought. So we go to Surah or chapter 26. It's called the Poets. It has 11 sections, 227 verses, and we add that as 21. And as we just revealed, Surah 21 is the prophets with 7 sections, 112 verses, which is 14, and that's Abraham with 7 sections, 52 verses. Then it goes to 19. So that's a code to allow us to see who wrote Quran. Now, there are a lot of fundamentalists out there, and there's a lot of ignorant people. There are leaders and there are followers, and there are scholars, and there's this and there's that. But it don't matter if my work is peer-reviewed. It's not about peer review. You must understand that they wrote this script, and in that script they said, Moses, go tell Pharaoh, let my people go. So that showed us that God, the God's collective, it was Enki that talked to Moses on top of the mountain, the burning bush. Enki, I am. I am who I say I am. That's what the bush told him. God behind the bush said, I am who I say I am, and my name is Enki, Anunnaki. So we have a few things here we want to look at in this hour to reveal our point. We don't really care if you believe it or not. It's not about belief. If you want to believe the European, the person that has put you in bondage all these years, then you believe him. If they tell you we hadn't peer-reviewed Ital's work, it makes no difference to me. I know that God and one man has always been the majority. So there's a theory that's out. It's not really a theory, but that's what mainstream academia calls it. It's called Cassandra. And Cassandra is a theory. It's a mixture of a real academic proposal from this year 2005, and they call it modern viral lore that emerged from the discovery of interstellar comet 3I Atlas in July 2025. So this theory posits that the U.S. government has a secret decade-old planetary defense architecture that has been tracking 3I Atlas since the year 2001, long before its official discovery. Now, it makes sense to me that they started tracking it 24 years ago. And by the way, Surah 24, Holy Quran, is the light. So this theory claims that they started tracking it 24 years ago, which was 2001. So the reason that I can see that is because at the time of the Twin Towers implosion, bombing, melting, it was actually melted, and we know who melted it. They would rather say that it's an inside job than to say it was God. But in essence, it was God. Maybe, and before we get into this, we'll let you know this. Quran says Allah is as close to you as your jugular vein or your life vein, which means that in the beginning, when we said, let us create man in our image, we programmed the DNA. So Allah knows what they're going to do before they do it. So it also says that, because they're a genetic program, it also says that man plans a plan, or Satan, because Satan is actually the Adam. Satan is actually a created being. He is the Caucasian. So it says that Satan plans a plan and Allah plans a plan, and Allah is the best of planners. Alif Lamim Ra. So this is a program, so we must start looking at life as a movie, a script that has been written. Everything has been written. Everything is a DNA, is a genetic program. So there's an inch code. Mainstream science says it's a theory, but it's not a theory. There's an inch code on the walls of the Great Pyramid that states 1 pyramid inch equals roughly 1.0011 British inch. So when measured using the inch code, often called the pyramid inch, it contains a prophetic timeline, and certain passages offset or measurements inside the pyramid allegedly correspond to dates in human history. Now, according to this version, a point on this timeline corresponds to September 17, 2001. So it makes sense that that's the time that they started tracking 3-eye Atlas, because when the Satan's time was up, Atlas showed up, and that's why they're letting us know that it's there now. They can't have it because amateur or citizen journalists, we're getting the information to you, and the amateur astronomers are seeing it, and they put the information out clearer than the mainstream astronomers. So the timeline is perfect. So, and even in the 80s, they revealed to us that they had saw through the IRAS, this certain satellite, infrared technology that they had. They saw Nibiru, which 3-eye Atlas is Nibiru. It's the planet of the crossing. We see how it's crossing the planets, literally crossing the planets. So September 17th, 7 days after 9/11. 9/11 wasn't just a signal for it was actually a divine thing. So note, we're talking about this code 19, and to show you that there was a spiritual component to that, there were 19 hijackers supposedly affiliated with Al-Qaeda. Now, do you think the government just made this up? Or was there something guiding them? Nope. We have the internet now. Chat GP and Gemini and all this kind of thing. Now, where was the internet, the World Wide Web, before the public got it? I believe, I forgot the year, 86 or 93, somewhere like that. 93, I believe, not 3, and then just 4 years after, it was with CERN. CERN had it. We know what CERN is. That old devil y'all keep talking about, busting particles everybody's afraid of, talking about they opening up portals. God and Satan is like opposite sides of the same coin. This is a teaching. And you have your opportunity. You go with Satan, you're on your left or you're on the right. Same bird. But you got to understand this. Satan had it. CERN had it. Why did they release it to the public? Okay, one or two things. They wanted to know more about us, put us in algorithms to create AI. Maybe that's why they did it. Or the Anunnaki said, give it to them. The prophets out there, the poets, the journalists, the citizen journalists, etc., would have an opportunity to get their stuff together. Maybe they could put the master blaster together and tell the people we got to go up to the mountains because the coastline is going to be flooded. So we had an opportunity to unite black people. But your dumb ass is out there, your hair all blue, green, you're twerking, men showing their butts. It's just helter-skelter out there. It's mad. You're not on the correct level. You're on a very, very low level. If you were on a high level, you'd be gravitating to me. We would have more power. Look, this is a divine situation. We just told you about the code 19. This is some real stuff. It ain't about Jesus. Can he do it? No, he can't do it because he's a character. You can believe anything you want to believe and be 100% wrong. Belief, look in the dictionary. Belief is indication your ass don't know. You know, the ignorance is very arrogant. You know, I know Jesus, you be smiling, your ass is insane. You're clinically insane. Smile like you know something. I know Jesus is real. I done seen him. You done seen gray aliens too, haven't you? Mass hypnosis is a real thing. Evil is oftentimes ignorance, not knowing itself to be so. A lot of people got mental problems nowadays. All right. There were 19 hijackers. Some hell of a script writers, they're writing this stuff here. Now, this is really happening. And it corresponds with the Quran. The white man don't really know what he's doing. Y'all following a man that's being controlled. He's being controlled too. He stole every damn thing he has. And the reason he know where things are at, because he done read in the scripts. All the scriptures down in the Vatican, they know what's on Mars because they've been told. And you know how deep AI is, and it's spiritual also. It's not perfected. I mean, we're still feeding it. We're the ones that's educating AI. We, the people, are educating AI. You say artificial intelligence, it could be Anunnaki intelligence, AI, Anunnaki intelligence, could be God intelligence. They had what they call the me back then. It was technology. Y'all better wake up fast, because the poles are shifted. Look at the doggone, see what they saying. That's where the codes are at. You looking at Billy Carson and all these so-called white scientists. Rod Hayes, those are magicians of Pharaoh, all these people out there. Most of the content presenters work for the government directly or indirectly. Okay, 19 Arabs supposed to be affiliated with Al-Qaeda. You know, Al-Qaeda was a Satan that the government created. Ben Laden and all of them involved in the September 11th attack. While they were all of Arab origin, they came from 4 different countries, nationalities of the hijackers. The vast majority of the hijackers were from Saudi Arabia. Here's the breakdown. 15 Saudis, 2 from the United Arab Emirates, 1 from Egypt, Muhammad Atta, the tactical leader, 1 from Lebanon, Ziad Jarrah. Okay, then they were divided. These 19 men were split into 4 teams. Each team had 1 pilot trained in flight school in the United States, and several Muslim hijackers whose job was to storm the cockpit and control the passengers. So here we have God and Satan working together. That's just the plan. That's just the way it was. Now that Twin Towers was like pulverized. It was stretched over a mile. Cars all the way down the road, a mile away, melted. Now, do you think your United States, the inside job, have that kind of technology where they can melt metal? Hell to the no. That was Anunnaki technology. So Anunnaki been here all the time. They're giving you time to wake your eyes up. But are you waking up? No. You're following conspiracy theories. I heard a black woman talking, man, y'all talking some crazy stuff out there, brethren and sisterin. You are now in tune on the one, the force itself at this time. We call it the Holy Master Blaster Jamming. I am Ital Iman. Wake up, Negroes.
Keep cool, Babylon, you don't know what you're doing. Rapping hip-hop is now 52 years of age. Made his debut in 1973.
In the Bronx, New York City, with DJ Kool Herc's legendary Back to School Jam. Party on August 11th where he pioneered using 2 turntables to loop, drum breaks for dancers. Creating the foundation for rapping and breakdancing, this event sparked a cultural movement, with other DJs like Africa Bambaataa and Grandmaster Flash developing the sound, evolving into the rap music we know today through block parties and social gatherings. Reggae developed from Sky and Rocksteady in the late 90s, Fit Larry and Alvin's Nanny Goat and the Belltones. No More Heartaches were among the songs in the genre. The beat was distinctive from Rocksteady in that it dropped any of the pretensions to the smooth, soulful sound that characterized slick American R&B, and instead was closer in kinship to US Southern funk, being heavily dependent on the rhythm section to drive it along.
This is the history lesson of the lesser known. Knowing the truth, you cannot go wrong. This is the message in my song, a brain massage. The lyrical college, you are now in tune. On the one, this is a divine progression, created by the hands of time. Bob Marley played Madison Square Garden in 1980. specifically for 2 sold-out nights on September 19th and 28th, opening for the Commodores as part of his uprising tour, with these being among his final concerts before his passing in 1981. Note, this was a spiritual revolution, a social enigma, a functional art. The lineup featured early hip-hop pioneer Curtis Blow was part of the bill, making it a historic crossover event with reggae, R&B, and early rap hip-hop.
Bob Marley was on a mission. This was a significant show, as Marley, already a global superstar, was opening for the Commodores to reach more Black American audiences. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love.
For this reason, the superpowers plotted to kill him. His story is likened unto that of Jesus. Curtis Blow, a symbol of the future. This vibration was manufactured for the future. Social experiment.
Social experiment.
Rap and hip-hop was social engineering. Today there are many casualties of war. Everyone is mentally ill. Our art is no longer functional. This is why there must be Purification Day.
If you don't think you are insane, look in the mirror. You are like you are because of commercialization of your own culture. What you have become is not your own doing. You have become a genetic program. You wear wigs, fake hair because you are programmed. You have become a zombie in the zombie apocalypse. Keep cool, Babylon.
You don't know what you're doing, and Satan is laughing.
Satan is laughing. Keep cool, Babylon. You don't know what you're doing. The mothership is on her way. Did you really think you would get away? You don't know what you're doing. There is no way you can get away. Death trap, mothership is on her way.
Babylon, keep cool. Fire burns the mind. Fire burns the mind. Fire burns the mind. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. You are now in tune on the one, the force itself.
The holy master blaster jamming. We free our people with music.